how to aim. Now, you miss because of two reasons. One, you think you're on target and you pull the trigger anyway. Second reason you miss is because you are on target with your sights, but by the way you are pulling the trigger, you are moving the sights off target. For more on that, please go watch my video on the ABCs of trigger control, but let's get into how to aim. So how do you aim? So you were taught that this is your rear sight on your gun and this is your front sight. So you gotta align your sights, which means that you gotta have equal height and equal light on each side. So basically meaning that east to west accuracy and also north to south accuracy. Equal light on each side and equal height. You'll also start to understand that when you are shooting, you must either decide that you want to be an equal height kind of aim person, or you want to align your dots, because the bullet is actually going to go where the dot is and not where the height is. So that's one thing to understand. Now, I taught myself how to shoot, which means that I am a rear sight shooter. What does that mean? I don't focus on the rear sight. I treat the rear sight as if it's a camera, as if I'm taking a picture. It's just a window. So the understanding there is then, if the target is bigger than the window, mother, father, send it. What are you waiting for? As long as by way you are sending it, by pressing the trigger, you are not moving the sights off target. Do you see how that works? I don't focus here. I fully focus on the target. If you watch some of my videos, you'll see that when I say I'm target focused, I normally use a dot like that. The reason I'm using such a small point on target is because I want to force my eyes to really look at one single small part on target. Remember, your eyes tell the body what to do. You shoot where you are looking, thus meaning the bullets will land where you are exactly looking. This is not easy. It's very difficult. Most people will say they're target focused. Mother, father, you are not target focused. I can promise you for free. This understanding of target focus is like a long life thing. You are forever going to be doing it. Just like trigger control, just like aiming, just like double taps. It's forever and ever trying to figure out to be perfect at this thing. So aim small, hit small, not miss small. So that's the understanding. And then you're going to be saying, but Sid, if I'm aiming fully on this target and I'm aiming, it's going to disappear. Then I'm going to say, yes, of course it's going to disappear. Because you are aiming with your dominant eye, which is another thing that you need to find out first if you're a beginner or farm controller, you need to know which of your eyes is your dominant eye. So because you're aiming, that means you're aiming only with one eye. Meaning the sights are going to be aligned only with my right eye. That's it. The left eye is going to see the side of the gun and fully see that little dot. And that is how you aim. For you to really understand it, aim fully with your gun like that. Close your right eye, keep your left eye open, keep the gun on there, and then you'll start to see that you are able to see that dot with your left eye. When you open up your right eye, you will see that it's covered by the front side, so you won't be able to see it. It's almost like taking two images and then putting them together like that. Almost as if you got tracing paper that you drew something on the tracing paper, and then you're putting it on the image that you just traced over. What's going to happen is that this dot is going to disappear. And then you're going to panic. Your brain is going to start to lie to you. Your eyes and brain are going to start having this dance. You're going to have to stop that dance and know that if this dot disappears while you're staring at it, it means that you are fully on target. But most people, they see the disappearance of the dot, then they want to move the sights or move their head to see around the area. Now, your eyes can only focus on one thing at a time. That is why I say to you, you need to be target focused. If you are going to be bouncing between the two, going front side focused, rear side focused, front side focused, rear side focused, and then target focused, you're not going to know exactly where the focus is. So again, be fully focused on the target, and you need to feel these in your periphery, just where your eye is. I can see them. I can see that they're aligned. Now you're going to be saying to me, but Sid, I cannot see that it's equal light, equal height. Well, let me tell you something. That does not exist. It will never exist. Why that will never exist is because you are breathing. And then also your heart is beating. And then also you might have drank coffee, or maybe you're just a natural tatazela person. You junjulai all the time with you. You just got natural shakes, which means this will never be equal height at any time. So stop looking for it, because if you are looking for equal height and equal light, that means that you are staring at the sights and not target focused. You need to be fully target focused. Most guys also say, no, but they told me to be front sight focused. When you are front sight focused, the target's going to be blurry, the rear sight's going to be blurry. Like I said, I taught myself how to shoot. I'm a rear sight shooter. I don't focus on the rear sight. I focus on the target and I let this do its thing. Doesn't matter where it is. All I'm looking for is do I see the 3 dots, or do I see some form of my sights in my periphery? Remember, it will never be still. You are holding something that's not supported. It's going to be moving. You are breathing. This is how your hands are going to be moving as you're doing that. Your heart is beating. There's oscillations in your body. So it will never be still. So stop looking for it. Stop looking here. Fully focus on the target. Then you're going to be saying to me, okay, so that's a small target. What happens then if the target is slightly bigger or the same size as my sight? Well, think about it this way. When you are aiming on a bigger target, answer me this question. Anywhere in here, am I on target? Am I on target? Of course I'm on target. This could simulate you moving, walking, running at any given time. The idea is, because you are on target and running around or moving towards target, as long as you press the trigger straight backwards without disturbing the sights off target, without pressing in such a way that it does that, you'll always be on target. Then what happens to a target that is slightly smaller than my sights? All it means that this is a lot of movement. When I get to this target, I need to stabilize more. So which means be caring of your movements and how you press the trigger. But as long as it's dancing inside here, I am on target. Same with this one. Yes, when you've got your aiming eye on it, it's going to disappear. But again, you're still going to be having this understanding. As long as you're pulling the trigger slowly backwards, or making sure that you're pressing, smashing it as hard as possible all the way backwards, straight, without moving it off target, you're going to shoot closer to where you need to be. Now, how does this really work when you're looking at a bullet way? Let me explain it in this way. Imagine this is your bullet inside your gun. Remember, you are moving, right? We call this the wobble zone as you are moving. So I don't want to know what shape the wobble zone is giving you as you're looking at your sights. Remember this, the front sight is going to give you some form of picture because of the color, whatever's moving. Or if you've got a dot, the dot's going to be moving around. It's going to be giving you some form of a shape. Let's say this is the shape. As long as you are on target, the sights are dancing inside this circle, you're going to be on target, provided that by way you are pulling the trigger, you're pulling straight backwards without moving the sights off target. This is how it's going to happen. You're going to be aiming. Bang! Gun's going to go off. On target. Moving. Aiming. Bang! On target. Moving. Bang! On target. Pressing straight backwards. As long as the sights are dancing inside the target, bang! Send it. What's going to happen here? You're just going to need to stabilize more. So this oscillation and movement, we're just going to slow it down slightly by enjoying the haze of bang over sights. Bang! 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 On target all the time. Again, provided that when the sights are on target, you're pressing slowly, you're pressing straight backwards, not necessarily slowly. Same thing with a smaller target, just means stabilizing a little bit more, controlling your movement. Bang, bang, bang. Yes, the original dot was there, but the understanding is aim small so that you'll be able to hit small. As long as it's dancing inside the right area. As long as the target is bigger than my window, mother, father, send it. What are you waiting for? As long as the sights are dancing inside the target, mother, father, what are you waiting for? Send it. As long as you understand that you need to stabilize. Aim small, hit small. And that's how to aim. Stay strapped.